So I understand that, not all of us have a lot of help when it comes to raising our kids. Not all of us, have family near us. Not all of us are legitimately with the person that we had kids with, or, sometimes they don't provide for the child in the way that we would like them to or the way that we need them to. And overall, shit just happens in life. And I understand this. So in this video, I kind of wanted to go over what it is that I do to create a more stable life for my children, not only in the now, but also in the future. I know that, we're not really taught any of these mechanisms. I mean, I wasn't the type of person that had a trust fund or had a college fund or even had money to buy a car saved up or anything of that sort. Like, that was not my upbringing. Like, I had a lot of love growing up, but that's just something that I did not really have. So overall, I did end up getting my license. I did end up getting a car. I did do it a little bit later than most people, but I do know that, when it comes to my children, and having them grow up and understanding what their needs are going to be once they hit that certain age, I want to be a little bit more prepared than I was for myself. So let's just put it that way. And in this video, I want to talk about how we can prepare ourselves for our children's future. I know that it may sound hard. I mean, some of us are literally working end-tail jobs and barely making ends meet. And we're wondering, how is it that I'm supposed to actually put aside any type of money for this person or even get them certain things that they are going to need in the future? And I will tell you right now that saving has become my best friend, and investing for my children and having them have their own basically piggy bank or money bank that I can just pull out of if I need anything for them. Now, this is not something that I literally pull out of if I need like their clothes or if I need like their sneakers or things that they just need like on a daily basis as a whole. Like, this is a fund that I put $10 to $20 in a week, just for bigger purchases like school trips or a car or college or your first apartment. These are all really, really big moves for a child when they are becoming an adult. And a lot of the times our parents are not prepared for us to have these big moves. We're literally legitimately supposed to figure it out by this time. And I understand that sometimes you can take the wrong steps and ultimately mess a lot of things up. So I want to be the parent that is in there with my child and helping them, guide them to the results that they are ultimately looking for. Because I don't want to see my child suffer, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to see your child suffer either. And if we know how this world works a little bit more than them, then we are here to basically guide them and make sure that they get to the other side safely. And if that means that we have to be a little bit more prepared so that our children don't go and try to, go be in the streets to try to make money, or, just go about different things to try to make money, or even work at a job that they don't really want to work at to try to make money and take away from their studies. I can't tell you how many times I've had to work a job in high school and I really couldn't focus on my grades because I'm literally like a 16-year-old, 15-year-old person who's pulling a double shift, who's going to school and also trying to figure out how I'm going to pay a certain amount of my bills or a certain amount of things that I want as a whole. So I typically know what it's like to feel this way, to feel like, how am I going to get money, to feel like, oh, how did this person get a car and I can't really get a car? I can't really get a job because I don't have a car. I have to walk to work. I have to take the bus. I have to freeze. And I really don't want to see my kids go through that. That's moral of the story here. And that's why I've been investing, like I said, every single week, like $10 to $20. Ultimately, moving forward, as I start getting older, I want to start putting a lot more money into it. But I just wanted to get across something that's very painless. $10 to $20 is literally your lunch. Like, that's something that you throw away as soon as you get your paycheck. So if I can save up $10 to $20 for my child every single week and put it in a stock investment, aka Acorns. If you guys don't have the Acorns app, I'm going to be leaving the link below. But Acorns app is what I use to set up basically my child's trust funds. Now, you can put the trust in their exact names. You can also put their date of birth so that you know which amount of money goes to each child if you have multiple children. And what's really, really great about this is you're not only putting away $20 a week, that's accumulating, you're putting it into a stock that's ultimately making you more money as it's just sitting there. So instead of putting your money in a bank where it's probably going to be used for other people to get loaned out to, you may as well put that money into a stock investment for the next 18 years, so that when your child does turn 18, there is something there that has been accumulated that can give them a fresh, clean, great kickstart on their life, to their life, for their career, for whatever it is that they are embarking upon in their life. So I know that we don't think about these things. That's one thing. Like, we literally like to leave things for when it happens, last minute, when the time comes 3 years from now, when we're actually going to buy the car for our kid. But if we just do these little things that are painless to us ahead of time, years ahead of time, by that time, it's not going to be a painful journey trying to get your kid a car. It's not going to be stressful. It's going to be a fun thing because you have been preparing for this day. And you cannot say that you don't make enough or you don't do this, because everyone can afford $10 to $20 out of their paycheck. There's no way that you are spending every single penny on your paycheck on things that you need. So whatever it is that you need to take away from yourself in order to secure your child's future, definitely do that until you start making more money. But overall, it's really, really important for us to start saving for our children now. These things are going to hit us when our kids are 16 and we really don't have the credit or the money to get them a car, or we don't want to co-sign them onto our credit. It's like, here, you shouldn't have a car payment at 16. You should have a bought out car, because you just may crash it. You just may mess it up. Why would I put my credit on the line for my child at that age? You know what I'm saying? So I know that it's like, there's a certain stigma around people who have trust funds. There's a certain type of group of people who legitimately have trust funds. And I'm here to say, let's break the barriers. We should all have a trust fund for our child, especially when it's so easy to do. If you have a bank account right now, download the Acorns app and start today. Start depositing at least $5 a week for your child's future, so that when these times come, when they do want to get a car, when they do want to, go to college, when they do want to go on a trip to Washington or to Japan or to England, you have a stash that's saying, you're not going to miss this opportunity because I didn't do right with my money, So that's just my spiel. I, hope that I'm opening some people's minds when it comes to this, because I know that we don't think about this. We literally live day to day. I was the type of person to live day to day, but ever since I've had children, I've really been taking this a little bit more seriously and trying to ultimately heal my inner child and not harm the children that I'm raising in the process. So that's what's making me discover all of these things, and that's what's making me realize, what areas I do realize that I needed a little bit more help in growing up, and what areas I can help my children in growing up as a whole. So definitely recommend getting the Acorns app. And even if you're investing for your child, you can also invest for yourself, so that, when you are retired, you have some sort of lump sum of cash coming in. And like I said before, like, trust fund sounds like a big word. It sounds like, oh, thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, you can have a trust fund that has hundreds of thousands of dollars. But how did you get there? Did you deposit $100 a month? Did you deposit $25 a week? It can happen. And it's not something that you have to literally feel the pain of. If we just think smart and use our money smart, people won't have to suffer. So if you are a mother at this point in your life, even if your kid is 7 years old, download the Acorns app for the next 10 years and put in $20 to $25 a week. If you can put in more, do that. If you can put in money every single day, I definitely recommend you doing that. But I'm just saying, work with the minimum. Everyone can afford $10 to $20. You can stop eating Starbucks for a couple of months so that you can generate some sort of startup for your child. Like, we literally spend that type of money on Starbucks, drinks, anything. So I'm just saying, if you're out here traveling and you're out here doing all these things and you don't have your kids set up to the point where you don't have money aside for them, but you're spending this money on yourself, I'm questioning your priorities. And I am also saying that it's time to actually attack the problem before it happens. So I'm not trying to judge you because we've all been there. We've all been that type of person to live day to day. But I am trying to wake you up and say, you don't have to be there. You don't have to be the person who, you know, has to do things last minute or doesn't have the cash to get their kid this or has to tell their kid, hey, we can't afford it. You don't have to be that type of person. And it all starts with the little things that we do on a daily basis and a weekly basis as a whole. Like I said, it doesn't take much. We're out here buying new outfits, fashioned over this, fashioned over that. How about $20, $40 outfit in my kids' trust fund? Stop buying $20 outfits and $40 outfits and put the money towards something that's going to help the person you're trying to care for that you created. We gotta stop being selfish. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that this video wasn't so harsh. I mean, I'm taking parenting very seriously in this lifetime. I love my children so much. I would literally like kill for them. And I just want everybody to kind of understand that, you know, parenting isn't really something that you should take lightly. And as we said, we're trying to heal our children and move upwards. So this is the advice that I've gotten. It's been working. My children have trust funds set up. So by the time they're 16, we can get them a car. By the time they're in college, if they want to do college, because I'm totally the mom that is like, if you don't want to do college, you don't have to do college. If you want to start a business, here, let's get the money going. We could start your business, whatever it is. Moral of the story is I want to be ready. I don't want my kids to have to go to the bank and take out all these loans and do all this stuff. I want to be the person who's actively helping them succeed and reach their fullest potential. Because as a mother, that's my job. That's my job. And as a mom, we get distracted by our boyfriend, by our relationship, by our job, by everything, when really like our most important job is our children. Because they're going to be the ones to take care of us. So whatever you put on the back burner, so that your children are on the back burner, you put before your children, be aware. Because when you're older, they're going to put you on the back burner. And you don't want that. And honestly, you want to be there for your children. You want to help your children succeed. You want to help them grow. You don't want to be that parent. You know, they need our guidance. Like, they're new to this world. We have more experience, so it's our job to reach out more and really, really guide them. But overall, yeah, Acorns app, like I said, I'm leaving the link below. I hope that this video wasn't so harsh. I am trying to get it right when it comes here. I was not born a wealthy person, but I will die a wealthy person, and so will my children. They will have assets, they will have things set up for them, and you can too. The thing is, we just have to start at some point, and it starts with something small, such as $10 to $20 a day on Acorns. If you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're going to do. Like, if you can't put aside that little bit of money, I don't know if you're actually going to, you know, become wealthy or have success or be there for your children in that way. Because children ultimately cost money. Yeah, you can be there for them, but if you don't have the money to get them into the resources or the programs or even the medical things that they need, then you're lacking as a parent and you're somewhat neglecting your child. So, I hope that wasn't so mean. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope that this video was somewhat entertaining when it comes to setting our kids' future up. You know, definitely go and check out the website, Laptop Mommies, where we have a whole blog on how to set up your children's trust fund. So I hope that this video was helpful, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.